Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this video is going to be a trade recap that I took this morning in pre-market on a momentum stock. When trading momentum stocks, you have to realize how these things move. And the only way that you're going to be able to understand the movement of a momentum stock, because it's not an easy thing to trade, is by studying, watching a lot of trade recaps, and really listening to my explanation in these trade recap videos, because it gives you exactly what I went through while I was making the trade. Now, eventually, because I've been getting asked to do live trades, and I can do that, but it's going to be up to the YouTube audience. So I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. Once I get to 1,000, I can do live streaming. So you guys can actually see in real time my processes that I work out to trade. Until then, it's going to be trade recaps, but these are really, really great. And you can use these to learn yourself, because dialing in entries and exits and why we're doing something and why we're not doing something. So these are really good too. So before I share the screen, this is where I'm going to ask you guys, please hit the thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. Every day we have new videos all about day trading. So here we go. Sharing the screen. So this stock, CLSN, is a stock that we found in our pre-market scanner. I will link that in the description, how you can find these same stocks that every other day trader is looking at to trade. So I put my scanner onto my watch list. That way I don't have to go in and keep clicking scan. It automatically populates this stuff without me doing it. Look, this is my high a day momentum scanner. I didn't have to go in and click anything. Just comes up immediately, right? Let's get to where we are in the day. See this? Making new highs. These are scanners you're going to want, and I'll also link this scanner in the description. But I didn't have to press anything to have this populate. It automatically does as long as you link it to your watch list. So anyway, that's not the point of this video. This one, we were trading CLSN, and I'll get rid of these so we have more room to work with. So this stock, pre-market, had amazing news, okay? It started popping up at 7:30 is when the news came out. It was literally like a, phase 3, they solved cancer type of catalyst. Now, when these catalysts come out, you're going to get an initial jump in the price. You don't want to get caught buying it at the top. So I usually like to wait for it to settle down. That way I can see where it's going to have its trading range. Now, when a stock goes parabolic, like if you were looking at a momentum scanner, sometimes those are different, and I'll jump in and I'll jump out pretty quickly. But this was a little bit different. So this was what we were doing. We were buying 500 shares at what I thought at the time was going to be supported by VWAP, okay? This is where it gets super important to be experienced trader. We broke through VWAP, right? This is where usually you would say, okay, I'm going to take this trade off. But this is where it gets a little more complicated if you are when you guys do eventually become, if you're not already, you have to learn how to read level 2. Level 2 is extremely important to understand. Now on level 2, when it got to this area right here, as you can see, it formed a very specific base. After this initial sell-off, because it broke VWAP, it bounced back in the next candle immediately to 275. Okay. And then watching the level 2 at 275, I noticed, and also I have time of sales up, which is over here. See time of sales, I was able to see big shares going through. Eventually I am going to, sorry guys. Eventually I'm going to make a video of how to set up your active trader to look exactly like this. This is the setup you're going to want. But this is easier for me to explain to you because it gives a bigger picture. That's why I go onto charts. So once I saw 275 was holding strong and big 10,000, 20,000 orders were keeping this thing going. And also, very, very important, guys, 8 a.m. is huge for pre-market. You guys all need to understand the time of day you're trading. A lot of times, 8 o'clock in the morning, there'll be a ton of more buyers and day traders waking up for the day and jumping into the market. That was also something that I had on my side, which you can see here at 8:07, it started to really pick up. And this was the reason also why I held through this. It was holding at 275. I saw that. Big orders were coming through on time of sales. I saw that. The time was starting to come into my favor. I saw that. The break of VWAP can be very nice on the upside. I saw that potential. I also saw, I'm sure you guys can see this. Look at all of this, right? This looks like a ramp up of nice, big green volume. I knew at that point I was in the driver's seat. It was a great hold at that point, but I was going to take profit on this candle. It hit 303. I knew I was going to take profit at 303 if it came back to that point, because for some reason, 303, 304 area had huge, huge sellers stacked up. This thing was being shorted big time, big time. So I took the profit right when it went back up here and took the trade off. A trade like this, there was so many things of experience that went into this trade. The catalyst was super strong. The time was coming into my favor. Level 2 showed a level of support at 275, and time of sales showed huge, huge buys going through and the increase in volume. I know that this is a lot of information for you. Just trust me, if you watch enough videos, if you study enough, you will eventually get to this point. I promise you, it will take a lot of work and dedication. That's basically it. There's no secret to this. I mean, there's nothing that you're going to be able to pay somebody to be able to make you profitable. You're going to have to learn. You can learn from somebody, but you're going to have to do it yourself. Nobody's going to give this to you, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this recap of the trade. And there's a lot more into it. It's not just a buy and a sell. There's so many things that go through your mind while you're trading, especially once you get experienced. You're going to be able to trade with so much more confidence, and it will happen. Just gotta keep putting in the work, guys. So anyway, other than that, thumbs up again, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.